Is it compulsory for me to do extraordinario in my place of work, which is overtime? Or can I refuse to do extra time in my place of work if my capo, if my boss ask me to do overtime or extra time? The fact is that it is compulsory for you to do overtime in your place of work. Yes, it is very compulsory. Although there are some few cases where you can actually refuse. You can tell them today you cannot do overtime. Now, first of all, what is the normal time you are supposed to do as a worker? So in this video, I'm talking to those that have full-time contract. I'm not talking about part-time, now full-time. Now, the normal standard hours per week is 40 hours. The Italians don't have hours per day, they only have hours per week. So you could do 7 hours per day or 8 hours or even 10 hours per day. What is important that within 7 days you have to do 40 hours. So that's the normal time. Outside these 40 hours, your direttore di lavoro, your capo, your boss can also ask you to do up to about 8 hours straordinario, extra time. That is 40 hours plus 8 hours, making 48 hours. That is what the law permits you to do in 7 days in a week. So if it is written 40 hours in your contract, your capo, your boss still have the right to tell you to do up to about 8 hours within 7 days. Although there are some conditions that the company must be in that particular scenario before they can oblige you to do extra hours. They can make it compulsory for you to do extra hours. So I will give you the 3 reasons why your company can tell you to do extra hours. Number 1 is when the company have technical problem. Let's say, for instance, you are working in a production company and the machine got spoiled. So before they could bring repairer to repair it and all that, so the company could mandate you to wait and do extra time so that you can cover for the production for that particular day. In that case, you are mandated to stay and do extra hour. Number 2 is when you know that if you leave, that your work will cause harm to your colleague or will cause harm to the production or any other person. For instance, you are a nurse and it's remaining 20 minutes for you to close and they rush an emergency, they brought somebody emergency, the person is bleeding and all that. You cannot say no, you have closed, you are going. In that case, you are obliged to wait to save that particular person or that production. Or maybe you are working in a production company and they've missed some materials. Maybe it's just remaining 20 or 30 minutes for you people to finish that work. So you cannot just leave because the materials will get spoiled and the company will lose a lot of money. So in that case, you know it was not the fault of the company. The company can mandate you to just wait to finish that particular work. Although there are some cases where you can refuse not to wait. Number 1 is if you are a student, the law does not oblige you to wait to do extra hours. So you can decide to wait, you can decide not to wait no matter the situation. For students, you are excluded. Then number 2 is that if you have a justifiable reason why you must leave, maybe you want to go and pick your children from school, or maybe you have an emergency or you have an appointment. In that case, you must give your company a justifiable reason. Capo, director, I cannot wait today to do extra time because I'm going to pick my children from the school or because I have an appointment at the questura. So if your reason is justifiable, you can refuse to do extra time. Then the 3rd reason is when you know that your company purposely did not make provision to cater for the production of that particular day. That is some company, instead of them to employ more workers, they know that this work can only be done by 10 people. They will not employ 5. They will not be forcing that 5 people to do the work of 10 people. In that case, immediately you finish the hours that is written in your contract, you can go because your company does not have justifiable reason why you should wait. It was obvious that they purposely did not employ enough manpower to do that. So if your company don't have any justifiable reason why you should do extra time, in that case, you are allowed to go. What will now happen if you refuse to stay and do extra time when you have not done up to about 48 hours that the law asks you to do? In that case, if you don't give them any reason, they can give you a formal warning letter or a verbal letter. They'll just use their mouth to warn you. Then if you try that again the 2nd time or the 4th time, the 3rd time, for instance, the machine got spoiled and you saw that the machine got spoiled, but you just left like that without giving them because you've done your 8 hours or your 7 hours that is written in your contract. In that case, if you do it more than 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, your company have the right to even sack you from that work. Yes, that is if you have not done up to about 48 hours. But if you've done more than 48 hours, then the law cover you in that instance. But me personally, I will want to advise you, whichever way, whether you've done up to 48 hours or you've done more than 48 hours, just to avoid problem, I will advise you to try and give them a justifiable reason. Just look for something to say. You are going to the supermarket, or you have an appointment with your mechanic, or just look for something to tell them, just to avoid any issue with your boss or your company. Thank you, and God bless you.